You know, with the proliferation of explicit online content, stories like this one from Reddit are going to become increasingly common as millions of women are dealing with the very real negative consequences of their male partners being heavy consumers of hardcore pornography. This one from the advice subreddit is a woman asking for some help in how to deal with her boyfriend who is a prolific viewer of hardcore content.
Boyfriend, 28 male, watches porn, but I'm concerned he believes the sexual acts are normal and makes me, 30 female, feel bad about not complying.
Whoa, I mean, the word complying as it relates to sexual matters is usually not a good thing. That means somebody is clearly very uncomfortable and is doing something that they don't want to do.
My boyfriend watches a lot of porn, and recently, the sexual acts he wants me to perform is a reflection of the porn he watches. This might be graphic, but he loves it when I get on my knees while he takes his you-know-what and slaps me on the face. He is insanely in love with rim jobs and wants me to perform them almost every time we have sex. Though I'm not a fan of being lightly slapped in the face with his junk and rim jobs, I'm okay with doing it once in a while. Recently, I told him how I feel. I feel lesser as a person and made it clear that I don't like performing certain acts all the time. Not shocking, he called me vanilla.
Yeah, this guy sounds like bad news. I mean, here you have a situation. OP is opening the lines of communication, which are important in a relationship. She's communicating her concerns, her feelings about how performing these degrading acts are really making her uncomfortable, and his response is to dismiss or minimize her feelings like they're irrelevant. This guy sounds like a complete narcissist who's looking out for himself sexually and is just using her body to masturbate himself. Her getting something out of this is irrelevant to him.
Just an FYI, I love toys, but he feels inadequate if I have him use them. Also, I'm a submissive type, but there's a line that I feel has been crossed. Finally, I don't judge anyone for their preferences. I'm not sure how to handle this situation. It became obvious that he's taking porn too seriously. Should I tell him to reduce his porn intake?
That is the end of OP's original post, and telling him to reduce his pornography consumption is a lost cause. The guy is an addict, like millions of men who are addicted to pornography. A lot of them are notoriously defensive about it. They're not going to admit they have a problem. They're going to deflect. They're going to turn it around on you and say, you're the one with the problem. Ladies, if you are in a relationship like this with a man who is addicted to pornography, you got to get out of there, because it's not going to get better. He's addicted to the to the artificial dopamine that he gets from the screen, and he's going to plunge further down the rabbit hole looking for that new high, and he is going to expect you to do what paid performers are doing. I mean, think about that for a second. Paid performers do not set some kind of sexual standard that you are obligated to follow. But that's what happens when you have men who frequently consume hardcore content. Is it starts to shape their reality. It shapes their brain and how they see things, and in their mind, you're obligated to do those things. And if you don't do it, it's like, oh, something's wrong with you, or you must not love me. The women on the screen enthusiastically do those things. How come you don't? That is highly manipulative behavior, ladies. Do not fall for that, or you are going to have a terrible sexual experience, as millions of women who are in relationships with PORN addicts can attest to. Now, there is an update that she included on this post.
Update. I dumped him. His loss, because I do love some BDSM, but he ain't ever getting any of that from me.
And that was the right decision to make. Ladies, if you are in a relationship where you feel like you are competing with your man's PORN addiction, leave him to it so he can pursue his hobby of salivating over the computer screen for hours on end, touching himself, and you can find a man that actually appreciates real intimate contact with a woman in front of him.